18 men spent time and years in jail for crimes they did not commit. This morning, a judge cleared drug cases from the men's records after they were falsely accused by a corrupt Chicago police sergeant. Moments ago, some of the exonerated spoke with reporters at the Layton Criminal Courthouse, and that's where we find CBS 2's Lauren Victory. Hi, Lauren.
Aaron and Marissa, lots of smiles this morning, but the men breathing a little bit easier are just 18 of the 42 people who have cases linked to this sergeant that have now had them overturned, and that number could grow in the coming months. That's because former Chicago Police Sergeant Ronald Watts is linked to hundreds of convictions. He pled guilty to stealing from an FBI informant and admitted to routinely extorting money from drug dealers about 4 years ago. Dozens of men and women say Watts and his team terrorized them in or near the former Ida B. Wells housing project between 2003 and 2008. The corrupt officers are accused of planting drugs on people and writing up fake reports. That includes the 18 victims cleared today. In all, they had 23 convictions dismissed, but that doesn't take back the 46 years they collectively served behind bars.
Just happy that, I'm able to move forward with my life. It's been 4 years out of my life that I had to be away from my family, kids.
Watts and his whole crew, they stayed up in there. They had a house up in there somewhere. They was the drug dealers.
This crew of officers was just dirty. They were just really dirty, and they were really dirty for a long time. And these are just made-up cases. There's no victims. They're just made-up cases. The victims are these men.
Cook County State Attorney Kim Foxx apologized, hugged, and shook hands with the men today. She says she hopes the overturned convictions not only right the wrongs done to them, but shows the community that the justice system here in our county does work. Her conviction integrity unit is still working on a number of cases. We asked how many. They said in the double digits. I'm Lauren Victory, reporting live at the Layton Criminal Courthouse. CBS 2 News, Marissa.
Okay, so first off, shout out to Coca 2005 for sending me that particular story. This is not at all surprising. This is what seems to be the norm for a lot of black men in particular in this establishment. And it doesn't also surprise me that it said Chicago, because Chicago has a bad label on it, where they say a lot of crime comes out of Chicago. And we know that they boost up those numbers, and a lot of that crime, to be completely honest, is committed by them dirty, crooked cops anyway, but they're not going to say that. I'm going to say it. And those with the sane mind are going to say it as well. Now, I am glad that these guys got exonerated. It's very unfortunate that they lost their time away from their families, like the one guy said in the clip. That's time they're not going to get back. Time is in the now. It's in the present. Once you lose time, that's it. You're not going to get any of that back. You heard what they said. A collective of 46 years for 18 men. 46 years collectively. That's a long time for 18 men. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause the video right quick, because I want y'all to see who is responsible for these men being in jail. This is Sergeant Watts. He is the reason why those men were in jail. He is the reason. A black man did all of that to these other black men and extorted money, stole money, and put them in jail for his own personal gain. He needs to have his fat ass thrown under the jail. Well, his fat ass, they'll probably have to roll him under the jail, because I don't think they can really toss his fat ass under the jail. See, that's why you have a lot of people who don't want to become police officers and things of that nature, because look at how they turned out. I mean, look at what's going on with Texas with Amber Geiger and Renee Hall coming to her defense, and that cooned out Texas Ranger and whatnot. Now you got this guy. He single-handedly destroyed the lives of many black men. And you heard what the reporter said. There are more to come, possibly in the double digits. And I'm willing to bet it's more than 10. This guy, they need to destroy him. Period. Point blank, period. Because he ruined their lives. He took away time away from their families that they're not going to get back. They can't get that time back. That's time lost. While he could go home and sleep at night with his family, should he have one, them guys that he did all of this to had to go behind bars and sit in a Roach Motel size cell because of him. And everyone else that's involved needs to go down with him, because I hardly believe that this was a solo job. Oh, don't get me wrong. I do believe he's taking full responsibility, as he should. But I do believe there was other people involved as well. Remember, if y'all watched my live stream that I did on Sunday, there was a guy that Raimundo Astiano, however you pronounce his last name, down in Florida, who had a 100% record charge, or whatever they called it. And all he was doing was bumping up these bogus charges on these black men. One of them, who was a Haitian immigrant who was here legally for 20 years, since 1998, ended up getting deported because of his lies. See, a lot of these cops who are black or of color who are not black get in these positions of so-called power and they lose their minds. And this is in Chicago, by the way. You know, the so-called hub for quote-unquote black-on-black crime? What he did is a crime. What he did now, that is black-on-black crime, what he did. Because he set up his own brothers to take a fall for something he did. Now, this is the definition of a filthy, dirty, dusty cop right here. Because he did not, like I said, not only did he do this to his own, but he saw no problem in what he was doing. That makes it worse. That makes him damn near a sociopath. See that smile he has on his face? Almost every picture that I pulled up of him in Google, he has this smirk on his face, except for maybe one. And that was probably just a candid shot. He must be proud of his handiwork. He needs to be in jail for life without parole. That way we won't have to pay any taxes to keep his ass comfortable. Let the state handle that. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this story down in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. The links to the story will be down below. And the link to the shirt will be pinned in the comments. I'll talk to you in the next one.